Welcome to Amiga Ireland. It's our Christmas special, and we're just recording a short gathering to say Happy Christmas or whatever it is you're celebrating. As you all know, Jesus was a massive capitalist and encouraged obscene levels of consumerism, so it's that one time of the year where we get to make sure if there's anything we haven't bought we can buy it now. So
absolutely,
yeah. So
along with Saint Smith's toys.
A lot of things that we need that we're going to sell later on after Christmas. Or bring it back to stores.
That's it.
Unwanted presents.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, how are you going to spend your Christmas? Rob, what's your plan?
Well, I'll be back home with spending time between my parents and my wife's parents. So, bringing the young lad around to see everyone and get spoilt by all the grandparents and aunties and uncles, and so that'll be it. We're actually going to Belfast for a few days. If my sister-in-law likes to go away for New Year's Eve, and so has booked an apartment up in Belfast, so we'll be there for a few days, and that'll be nice as well, a little break away from the family. But that'll be it. You tend to do loads of visiting, try and see as many friends as possible, play some games with my brother, who's I think he's going to be at the Amiga event as well. And
great.
We usually play a bit of we usually play a bit of Time Splitters, or a few other slightly less retro things, but occasionally play Amiga Worms and things like that as well now when we're home for Christmas.
Nice.
So That's it then. But 2 weeks, just over 2 weeks in Ireland, and then back to Glasgow in January.
Brilliant. And Belfast is actually really nice. We went on a kind of a trip, when we had visitors over from Greece. We went to Belfast first, and then we went up to see the Giant's Causeway. So we ended up spending more time up at the Giant's Causeway. In hindsight, probably would have reversed it and spent more free time in Belfast. But we saw the Titanic Museum. It was absolutely incredible. Yeah,
no, it's a great spot. And we, back before I moved to Glasgow, we used to go to Belfast to do the Christmas shopping. It was just, it was because it was a nice city to go and spend the day or two in. It's lovely.
Nice. Luke, how about you?
Oh, those Christmas are going to be a bit more challenging than the previous ones for me due to the nature of my work. Apart from that, a lot of shopping, of course, definitely. And we'll be spending most of our time with my family, with my daughter and my wife. I'll try to be honest, to play some games or to do something for myself. Hopefully we'll get some interesting releases right before Christmas or after Christmas, as usually happens. Maybe Eyebrows might get released. I remember in 2006 it got released, I think, just before or just during Christmas. So we'll see how it's gonna happen, and I think that's it for me, at least for the time being.
I tell you, one thing I am looking forward to is having a bit of time to read. I have David Pleasance's book, and I also have the Commodore, the Amiga years, both sitting there waiting to be read because I just don't have the time. So I'm looking forward to having a bit of time to relax and read.
I've already started David Pleasance's book, to be honest, but it's been a very interesting read, and the style of writing is really nice as well. But again, time is the essence.
Yeah. Being grown-ups.
It's a trap.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, don't do it.
Don't do it, kids.
Never.
It's so true. My daughter came home today from drama, and she said we saw the stage the first time today. So there's a little hatch underneath, and you crawl along on your back. So she got down on the ground and she started pushing herself with her feet across the sitting room. And then she got up on the other side with this big smile on her face. He was like, "It's amazing, we get to slide underneath the stage, and you can't stand up, and it's like this secret passageway." And I just thought, I'm jealous. I want to go in the secret passageway under the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't grow up.
It's a trap, definitely a trap.
I'm going to keep going with Star Trek 25th anniversary. Thanks again, Matty. Having a great time with that. It's so good. It's very episodic. Each episode is kind of each level is like an episode, each mission, it's like a TV show episode. They've done it that way, and there's even little things to make it like the TV show where, let's say, one scene is just finished and the music is fading out, the picture for the second scene opens up while the music from the last one, it's a real old 60s, 70s TV. Actually, still a modern thing for TV shows to do. So you really feel like you're interacting with a TV show. Yeah, it's great fun. The first two I used guides online to help me figure out the little quirks to them. You know, how you can combine items and stuff like that, because I didn't have a clue. But I'm going to do the rest now without them, because I don't want it to end. It's so good. But it is really good. If you've played Monkey Island, this is actually like really nice in the sense that with Monkey Island, when you get to the end, you've a ton of inventory, and like, you know, if you get stuck, it feels like there's so many options. Maybe I need to use this with that, use this, you know. But with this, with the starter one, there aren't that many options, like where you feel like, you know, all hope is lost. Like, so it's well balanced, I suppose, is what I'm trying to say. And when we're finished that, we'll probably go on to another point and click adventure. In January, of course, we've got Amiga Ireland happening on the 18th and 19th, the Friday and Saturday of the third week end. And the workshops, we can go into more detail now and tell you some more about. So the workshops again include GoTech programming with Daniel, and he's going to show us how to source a cheap GoTech, modify it yourself so you can save a lot of money. There's AROS installation with Neil Cafferkey, and Amiberry configuration with Midwan, and Lightwave 3D with Mwadib. You can attend any workshop you want. You don't need to have anything with you to go, but there are things that you can bring if you want to get hands-on and actually participate in the workshop and do the stuff as it's being demonstrated. So let's take a minute and go through that stuff. So let's start off with Lightwave 3D.
Yeah, so for the Lightwave 3D workshop, WinUAE is probably a popular option because, well, you can have your laptop there and it'll be a hell of a lot faster than a real Amiga for doing actual rendering. But if you want, it's also perfectly possible to run it on the real Amiga hardware. You need to have a minimum of an 030 with an FPU and 16 megs of RAM. So it's a modestly accelerated Amiga will do it, but it's probably to save yourself some hours of staring at the screen during a render. WinUAE might be a more sensible option or an easier option. Also, if you have network capability, that might be useful as well, because sometimes the files can be quite big, and transferring them between machines, especially if it's tutorial files or anything like that to be transferred around, might make it easier just to be able to shuttle them across the network.
Now that I hear you saying that, what I might do is, if there's anything like that to be set up in advance, I might try and organise with the presenters to send them out to people by email or something a week before, so they can set up. So they have them ready already, yep.
For Amiberry, a useful thing would be to have your own Raspberry Pi or something similar, and the usual stuff that comes with it, like a keyboard or maybe a mouse or some sort of a screen, in order to save yourself a bit of a trouble, because when you're on a party like that, it might be a bit difficult to source those. So yeah.
Yeah, and the Amiberry workshop is being given by the creator of Amiberry, so it's a good one to have the stuff there, because any questions you have, they'll get good answers.
Really good.
The AROS workshop is another workshop that's been given by a heavyweight in the AROS community. So Neil Cafferkey is running that one, and he's a core developer there. So AROS, I know, can be installed on an Intel laptop directly on the hardware. You can also use a virtual machine, so something like VirtualBox, for example, and there's other ones. I think QEMU is another one, and so you can install it onto that as well and just run it as if it's an application on your desktop. So there's two options. I have heard rumours of AROS running on other things nowadays, but I can't remember quite what they are. So, but we will send out an email to ticket holders about a week beforehand, I think, with any more details that are worth knowing in advance like that.
For GoTech Workshop, GoTech actually itself is needed, then rotary encoder plus OLED screen. All of those should be around €30. Amiga is not needed actually, but you can connect flash to GoTech to check it later on.
Yeah, and for the GoTech, for those things in the GoTech, you can buy them on the day. There'll be a certain number of them there on the day that you can buy, and so you don't necessarily need to get them in advance. And of course, like we said at the beginning, you don't have to have anything to just come and watch a workshop and see what's going on. So yeah, and of course, while all this is happening, there's going to be game competitions. The big one is the Sensible World of Soccer competition. Every year there's a trophy for that. And we've an undefeated champion too, Kenny. So yeah, get practicing for that. And there'll be paper plane as well on the Commodore 64 and a trophy for that.
Very good.
And there'll be more games. So basically, anybody that sets up their computer and decides they want to have a competition for the game that they have with them, we'll organise that, and there will be some kind of a prize for all of the game competitions, and we will hopefully have something networked as well, like potentially Dynablaster. If there are enough network machines, we'll set something like that up as well. And also, get your orders in for t-shirts, the Amiga Ireland t-shirts. They look really nice. They come in different colours, sizes, shapes. So there's men's and women's t-shirts, different sizes, all that. So take a look. They are €9 each, and you need to order in advance because there's no point in us getting t-shirts that mightn't fit people, and basically losing out because we're selling them at cost price. So we're just going to lose out if we do that. So it'd be a bit wasteful. So you can look on the Facebook group or on our Twitter account, and you can scroll down and you can see those there. And your orders you can send in by PayPal. The instructions there anyway. You just PayPal is €9. Give me your name, what colour, what size, and it'll be there for you on the day.
Cool.
Yeah. So I think maybe we could finish up with a Christmas song, something from the Commodore 64 or something from the Amiga. We've got a few to pick from here. I don't know what we're going to. Okay, it's going to be something random. Something random.
Excellent.
So happy Christmas, everybody. I hope you have a nice time with your family, with your friends, and with your computers. And for those of you who are coming to Amiga Ireland, we will have one more podcast between now and then. So we'll chat to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Happy
Bye-bye.
Christmas.
Happy Christmas.